And I'll try and do, well, I mean, I guess if I just absolutely blast through him, I can't do the tick eat. But there's a lot of times where you end up having to tick eat this. So I always make sure I got my thrall out. Boulder Dash least favorite invocation? Gotcha. And so, now, we're just watching for that 78 HP, which you know that one. Also, I prefer these spots. Everybody likes to do this spot. I don't like that spot. It's way more hectic. It's way harder for no reason. And so I will use my liquid adrenaline after I get hit by the next one. And you can put it off all the way until you're about to heal, but just so I don't actually forget, a lot of times I'll sip it like right now. Also make sure you don't yellow click that, that's huge. Okay, we're good. So now we can heal. And so I'll basically, the only time this gets sketchy is if, say, I have to heal early. So I mean, it is very important for part 2 here to take no damage. Your run does get risked if you take any shots. So if the obelisk is a 2 down, that's where you have to use that tick eat on the Karis so that you can have, basically you'll only take the second hit of damage. You get hit the 2 from the first one, and then you'll get hit like a 35. And then you basically play it the same way as this. So I would have like 60 HP right now, and I might consider, you know, just using my other heal now. It kind of depends on the shadows. Like if the shadows are out, then, oh yeah, it's not that, it's this. If the shadows are out, I'll heal up. Like this one. Because technically you could get KO'd. Happy New Year's to you as well, T-Mac. Since, you know, if you don't get to that in time, it smites your prayer. But really, I mean, you just don't want to get hit besides the, you know, if you fail a DPS check. And that's really the main reason. Because, like, you're going to get hit for the DPS check no matter what. And so really, you just have to get good at part 2 so that you don't take damage. Which is one of the harder parts in the raid. Next 500 is full raid with your eyes closed. We could try. I don't think we'll get very far though. Yeah, and so what I do though in this part, I just Karis at the very end of this liquid adrenaline. Which, I mean, I can just Karis now. That's not a big deal. And yeah, if you're confident enough to milk down to low, you definitely can to save on supplies. Yeah, sometimes he just hits way harder. That's one of those things where you can get unlucky. And so that's why I have these squares marked that way. If he happens to do the sludge, I can just move to this and then down. We need to get that moved back downward. That will get me killed at the end if it's in the wrong spot. And so what I'll do in this situation, I'll leave, I try not to use Karis specs during part 3. Otherwise, then I need to like wait for my spec to come back, because ideally I want to have all my Karises for the last phase. And so what I'll do here is I will do the skull skip, but I'll like hit the first skull with my Karis and then run over to it. That's nice. We got 3 minutes left of that guy, and then a whole nother one to use. So really, we can use our prayer, but I don't want to use that prayer because we don't have that much. We have this is still a lot, but if you have this Karis spec multiple times at the end, you want to still make sure that you can. Okay, so it's gonna be right side. Still make sure you can keep your prayer on. Right side. Yeah, and so I can actually help you with that, the boulder drop on the last skull skip. So you always have to dodge 3 boulders. It's gonna be 3 no matter what. The RNG factor is sometimes that first one is like landing at a time where it's just very easy to dodge the last one. But so for the 3rd boulder phase, I use the noise of the boulder to like basically. Oh, and that's good. That's good that you don't have to use one. But basically, I use that noise to know when to click away, because basically once you hear the noise of the boulder drop, it's already chose where it's going to be. I try 3 and die. I'll show you. It's you can't, like, you have to be very, very quick about the movement. I do it a very specific way. I forgot where it was, so okay. We went to the back. But yeah, it's always 3. However, sometimes it's a lot closer to where, you know, you have to be almost tick perfect to dodge that 3rd one. But once I figured out how to do it, it's pretty simple. Like, I basically come down to, there's like a skull over there, right, on the tile skip line. After I dodge the 2nd boulder, I come over to that skull below it, and then I wait until I hear the noise, I move down, and then immediately start clicking the skull. So my character is typically running downwards while I'm still clicking that skull. Yeah, for a long time I was sometimes tanking, so it's gonna be middle. So see, I'll come over here, I heard the noise, and then I go down. And so that's the exact same thing I do for the last one, except I start from there. And I'll show you. Sounds make it significantly easier, especially for that part. That, it's like, whew, that noise is what I use to make that dodge. I mean, if you have a light bearer, yeah, you could tank the boulder and then use a spec to heal up and then just kind of like walk this over and over again to heal up your spec, so then you can have the 2 specs at the end. Because I would suggest always having the 2 specs at the end, just because, like, even if you're confident with the last part, you know, having the 2 specs will just keep you from feeling nervous, basically. Okay, so watch. We're close. I'm kind of watching. My next hit will phase him, so it's going to be the left side. This one's actually going to be a little bit harder. There's 1. There's 2. You see, now I'm going to go down and click. Yeah, that one was harder than normal. The timing was really weird. I think it was middle? Nope. Ooh, that was close. Took a little damage. But I can show, you know, what I would do if I took damage. We can go like this. Just like I was saying earlier. I can use one of these. I don't like to ever use that to heal, because you can yellow click the heal on accident and then you go running. So I always try and use that for healing, or for speccing. But so now we can legit just like relax, kind of get your breath, You know, get chilled. And just dodge. Dodge for a little bit, get your spec back. Because I would like to have those 2 specs for the end. Will I need them? Probably not. There's a lot of times I'll get through that last phase without even specking, but you know, I don't want that to be the reason the raid ends. So I'll just play it safe. We'll start it with 118 HP. And if you're going for your first 500, I would suggest doing this for sure. Just because it gives you time to kind of like, be like, alright, we're chilling, get the heart rate down, get used to the motion still. And so I'll probably go about 90. We'll start hitting him again. Just because then the, bless you. That was a violent sneeze. It actually scared me. He blamed my genes for it. Yup, I get that feeling. The 15.5% is nice on 500s. And granted, you only get to that 15.5% if you kill the eggs at Kefri. So that's why I always kill the black eggs. If you kill them all the way to where you kill the arcane, you don't have to do the black eggs after you've killed the arcane because they start spawning way faster. But I mean, it's a good 0.5% extra unique chance for killing those eggs. Okay, so now we're gonna move backwards. Because it is safer to start from back here. Because you can basically get an extra hit. Get the homies out. Always prioritize dodging versus hitting. See? I canceled my attack so that I could dodge that. Always go ahead and pop that adrenaline ahead of time. That way, you don't accidentally use all your spec in one. And me personally, I try and avoid going to these outsides as much as possible here. It just makes it easier to dodge stuff. Alrighty. We absolutely slaughtered him. Yes, you are correct. You are correct. I mean, there are definitely times where you don't want to like just be like, oh, he said to dodge. He said dodging's more important, and just like keep dodging. It's like you still do need to find a safe square to hit. You know, there's a delicate balance there. 400 was nice until I've gone almost 30 dry. To be honest, I've went 26 dry on 500s. It's still possible to go horribly dry, but it's a lot less often. It's been a decent amount of time since I went that dry. And so let's go ahead and we'll Super Saiyan 1 into Super Saiyan 2. Get our homie out to come with us. And then let's go collect our money. Wee woo, wee woo. It's important to bring the ambulance just in case. Wee woo. Also the fire truck. Wee woo, wee woo. And then we get our chest. Nothing. Nothing. Alright. Oliver out in the living room goes, it's purple though. Got him. Got him. I like that he doesn't actually know that the chests have been changed to orange. That's funny.